Hello, my name is Cristina Panadero and I'm a Spanish teacher in London. Today I'm going to be talking about Google Earth for language teachers. I hope you enjoy it. Google Earth has different versions and you can access from all these browsers. I'm going to be using Chrome, and the version that I'm going to be using is the one on the web. So you don't need to download anything, but that there is another option for Google Earth Pro that you can download and use on your desktop. If I click here, we're going to launch Google Earth. And I'm going to show you a tip to change the language. As you can see, mine is in Spanish. And if you look at the URL, if you change it where it says ES, you can change it to FR, and that will make it in French, for example. Or if you do IT, you can change it to Italian. In this video, I'm going to talk about the two ways that you can use Google Earth in your language lessons. The first one is with the tool called Voyager, and it has this icon that you can see in number one. The second tool or the second option is using projects, because you can create your own project, your own map, your own guided tour, and that lets you and your students a lot of options for personalization and clearly to motivate them as well. Okay, so Voyager, the already guided tours prepared by Google or other companies, and they let you learn about different facts, places, animals, discover and play, because they also have games. So this is a fantastic tool that doesn't have a lot of prep involved. They're already ready for you. You can just need to think about how to use them. So I'm going to suggest some ideas. Hope you like them. Once you're in Google Earth, just press this icon here, the icon of a helm, and that's the way to access to Voyager. And here you're going to find guided tours ready for you to use with your students. If you want to specifically search for a place or a city or whatever, just go to the search option here. Then write what you want to type, what you want to search for, and get ready to fly there. Okay, so if you go again to search, you're going to see different options. And Visitas Guiadas, that's the guided tours. And I'm going to click on this one, for example. On the right side, there is a panel with different places and landmarks of Costa Rica. It could be a bit overwhelming, so I would ask you, if I were you, I would ask your students just to focus on 2 or 3 places and maybe do a simple activity based on the thinking routines, such as veo, pienso y me pregunto. You could clearly do more specific questions about a particular place to see if they understand the information that appears on the panel. the text here, based on the text here, or based on what they see. I have two other suggestions, one about Chile and another one about Spain for you to have a look at on my presentation. And then I've also chosen this one is not particularly based on a country where Spanish is spoken, but it's based on animals. And as we know, this is one of students' favorite topics, so I thought it could be a really good one to do as well. Some ideas to explore and have a bit of a focus um, when working on this guided tours. So I have some questions for you, some suggestions. I would put this as it is on a slide for the students to access this particular guided tour on La Fauna de Africa. And then I would include the questions with a space for them to fill it up. So like this is all in one space. This one is about schools, and there are some schools in Mexico and in other countries around the world. So this could be a very bit more advanced activity where students can compare one of the schools to the ones that they go to. They can think about how the life of the students is in that particular school, or they could do also simple descriptions of what they see. Now let's go to games. And here they're quite fun. I mean, probably the content is mainly, and the objective is more about having fun and learning about the animals in these games. This one is if they ask you to identify animals sounds. So yeah, just a bit of fun. Ideas to use it could be with using teams, an ambassador. So the team who has the answer pass first, and then they can write their questions after consultation with the people in the team in a digital board or just a normal interactive or board, or just a normal board as well. Let's have okay, I think this one seems pretty obvious. Let's see. Yeah. So that one takes us to a particular place in Italy, and we can explore here for a bit or just go to the next question. If you want to see what do they have about a particular topic, you just can write it on the search option. For example, I want to know what do they have about animals. And here, if you go to Juegos y Cuestionarios, you can find that they have 3 quizzes, games based on animals. There is another one here that I suggested for you that it could be also quite fun, yacimientos arqueológicos. And then maybe you heard of it, this particular one. ¿En qué lugar de Google Earth está Carmen Sandiego? My kids love it. And yeah, it's really good fun. And this is just merely a game. Clearly, they're going to learn a few facts about different places, but it's not necessarily based on countries where the language is spoken. It's just around the globe, but it's in the target language, so that's quite exciting. Instructions, and then this is how it starts. It starts in London, and then it takes you around a few cities around the globe. So now we are going to explore how to do projects on Google Earth. This is where the magic happens because there is no limit to what you can do. You can add all kind of media, images, videos, sound to your projects. Something that you're going to create, that you're going to ask your students to do, to tell a story of a holiday that they did, or a holiday that they're going to do, places where they lived, or many other options. Uh, the icon that we need to find is this one here. And I'm going to show you an example of a project that they already created. This project is based on my best holiday I ever had, and it was to Mexico about 12 years ago. You can add links to a doc, for example, like in this case. So you can extend that information there. And as you can see here, there is audio as well. I use a bit of app smashing here. I used slides and mods to add audio to this project.
Esta es la Ciudad de México. Es una ciudad muy grande y tiene lugares muy interesantes.
And here the pictures that I've used are from Google, but you can also add your own pictures and links to other websites or videos. Okay. So how do we create this? This is what I'm going to be showing you in the next few minutes. So in order to create a project, we need to go to this icon and then new project. And we're going to choose to create it in Google Drive. So let this is save as any other Google file that we use. I'm going to give it a title. You can give it a description if you want. Otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and choose the first item, and it's going to be a full screen. A full screen slide. So this is going to be the cover page for our project. Here we have a few options as I explained on my presentation. And the first one is to add an image from Google, and that's it, and just put a title and just leave it something simple. You can insert an image from your drive, Or you can create a cover page using Canva or slides and then take a screenshot and upload it. So I'm just going to just keep it easy, and I'm going to find a cover image from Google Earth. Sorry, from Google. Use this one, for example, to add a new feature. And for this, we have a few options to add a place in our trip, in our project, and we can add a place mark and just find a point in the view that we're seeing and choose that. Or we could search for a particular place and add it to our project. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Antigua, Guatemala. I'm going to add it to the project. Going to add a picture as well. And as you can see, I can easily add more, but just one at a time. Okay, I'm going to add a description. So here is, you need to think about what is your aim, what type of language you want your students to revise. So if it was a trip that I did to Guatemala, so the text here, and for example, they can add a link, as we said, to a specific place. For example, I like the look at this blog, so I'm going to add it as a link. Here. And we can personalize this feature. We can put it small or big or without information. It could be just the pictures. And we can, the place mark, we can choose what color do we like and the type as well. So I'm going to leave it like this. I've added a new feature, and it's the Lago Atitlan, and I have a bit of text. And in here, I'm going to show you how to add video. It's in the same place as you would add your picture. I've chosen it already. You go to YouTube, and then you select the video from there. I've got mine already there, and I'm going to show you how it looks. And also something else that you can do, you can select the view that you want to be showing in the project. So I'm going to select this view, and let's have a look. This is the way it will look. And as you can see here, you can access the video. So I'm going to show you how to add a street view from this lake. This case is going to be a lake view. So you can see the blue lines tells you that you can have access to this view. Okay, so from here you can admire the mountains, the volcanoes that surround this amazing lake. I'm going to capture this view, and it's going to open up a panel for me to write and add information and in the previous time, as in the previous times. I won't add any further text here because this is just to show you that you can also do that. Something else that you can add is a path. Okay, so for example, I'm going to select this as the starting point, and then I'm going to click here. And I'm just going to say that this was, a trek that we did one day. And here, I'm going to have an image of that mirador. And this one. Okay, so you can always personalize, add text, and so on. Okay, I leave this as the view that I want. And that's it. Now I'm going to show you how to add audio to your presentation, to your project. It cannot be done directly, but there are ways to do this. So for this next thing we're going to be using the slides, the extension mode, and clearly Google Earth. So I'll show you how to do this. Got a picture of Tikal. I've got the mode extension installed. I'm going to record my mode. Tikal es uno de los lugares más bonitos que he visto nunca. No dejes de visitarlo. And I'm going to press insert. Right. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna change the color to this one. It's a bit nicer. Gonna leave it there. Going to make sure that anyone with a link can have access to it. And then finally, I'm going to change the URL to, I'm going to add present. I want to copy it, go back to Earth, Google Earth, select audio, insert this link. So let's see if it works. Going to go straight here. I'm going to click on the audio and it's going to take me here.
Tikal es uno de los lugares.
As with any other Google tool, you can also share and work with someone else on this project. So it could be a collaborative project between, I would say, maybe 2 or 3 students, no more, because it can get a bit messy if you have a team of, for example, 5 students working on this, unless you are very well organized and you tell them what each person needs to do. So in order to share your project, you add the names here, and then you add them as an editor um, or just as a viewer. And also you can make it available for everyone to see with a link. Okay, so this is very similar to other Google file. This is your project finished. And here's a way you can navigate this way, or also using the arrows here. Okay, so as a final activity, I'm going to invite you to add your project. And for that, we're going to be using Flip, the new name for Flipgrid. So what you can do clearly is show your project on your screen, record your screen, record your voice talking about your project. This is a great group activity because they can all be together in one grid. Students can also comment on each other's work, and you can also make it open to other schools to collaborate. So yeah, a fantastic idea. So I would like you to do this, and I'm going to show you. We're going to go to Flip, and I'm going to show you there the instructions, but you have the link here on my presentation. This is what you have to do: record your screen, and these are the password, and yeah, there are the instructions. So let's go to Flip. We're going to put the password. I've added instructions in Spanish, but basically is to watch my video as an example here on the right, then to create your project with everything that we learned, including text, your own text, images, maybe video, audio, if you extra audio if you want to. Otherwise, clearly it's not needed because you're going to be recording your voice here. And then just add your response. So see who is going to be the first one to add their project here. I would love to see other teachers taking part and sharing the best trip or where would they like to go on holiday or anything you like about a special place for you. So I have a look at my other suggestions on how to use Google Earth in your language classroom. There is also plenty of links to more resources and help. And yeah, just get in touch if you have any questions and follow me on Twitter. Adios.